Happy New Year, everybody. So here we have the gold market, the year 2026. So this is my weekly forecast for this coming week. Start from the 3 months chart. Since our 3 month candle started printing, the quarterly candle is printing fairly this time. We've started bearish a little bit, and looking at how things are going, we might be creating the week for the year, as in price has to first manipulate and then distribute in the bias. Otherwise, I'm still bullish on gold. Leave alone the Venezuelan crisis with the US and all, we're still bullish on gold. Down to the monthly chart, it's not any different. Still have the same bias. Back to the weekly. The weekly looks bearish, as you can see. The weekly looks bearish since we have closed below last week's low. We've closed aggressively, and I'm still looking at a potential of price coming down to this inefficiency right here. And since we look at this, if we are to gauge this price action from the oversight of premium and discount, the high and the low marked out right there means that we are now in the premium of the market where we should be selling, and this inefficiency is in the discount where we could actually have some buyers based on ICT concepts and smart money. Now we scroll down to the daily chart, we still see the same thing. Price displaced aggressively lower on 29th December and then consolidated, leaving us with this fair value gap on the daily chart right there. I think I will have to mark that out. Now, if we are to look at this, price would want to see price on the daily. What I'd love to see is price come up into this inefficiency and then trade lower to that weekly fair value gap, which has a daily volume imbalance, two of them actually, and then we see the move of the market going higher. Now we go down to the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, what do I see? What I see, we trade what we see, not what we think or what we expect from the market. So what I see now, price has rallied lower from this high, breaking off from that high to this low. So according to this projection, this leg of the run, I would like to see price reach this -2 area, which almost aligns with the inefficiency of the weekly chart, and that is what I would like to see. Now, if we look at current price action, if I mark out this displacement zone from the high to the low on the 4-hour chart, what I would want to see is price reach the level of around 4,240 before we proceed higher, according to the gold futures. So this area has some liquidity resting below. So I'm in for sale on Monday at least, and Tuesday if we don't sweep this low. That is, if we don't sweep this current swing low. Yeah, I'm still bearish on gold as for now. 15-minute chart analysis. We don't see anything much until we reach our kill zones. That's when we use this for entries. So generally on gold, I am bearish for now until further notice, especially on the 4-hour chart. So if price opens with another candle and closes above here, then I would be bullish. So scenarios that I'm looking at are price continuing to go lower like this all the way to here, and then maybe reverse. And then there is also a possibility of price not continuing lower because of the news that happened, all the political tension between Venezuela and the US. So we could see price gap higher or shoot higher, and there is what we call a gap retention, where we use the gap to give us a bias. That's in my strategy. So we see this is a possibility, and that's that. So this depends on what the market does on Monday's Asian session. Otherwise, we've been consolidating all this time within this range. So it has been a consolidation. and we could either shoot above this consolidation or below. But I can say I'm 70% bearish and 30% bullish. Yeah, for now on the lower time frame. Of course, the higher time frame we are bullish. Yes, so that is it. And also, I love the updates that TradingView has given us with this. Makes doing some analysis really easier. Now, when you look at seasonalities, let's go to the seasonalities page for this chart. It gives us an overview of how the market has been for the past 5 years of gold, especially now since I only trade gold. So we see this green being 2025. Now 2026 has started printing around here. It's I think the one in blue, if I'm not mistaken. It still hasn't given us data. Now I'm not very much interested in this. I'm very much interested in the chart, this heat map. So the heat map shows us percentage change. You can put it actually to make be regular numbers, but I love it in percentage change. It gives us an average movement of price within within the months over the past years. So far, four times out of 5 has gold been bearish in January. So most times we see bearish movement of gold in January. Then February, we have 3 out of 5 where price has been bullish. Sorry, for January it was out of 6, including this current month so far. So far, this month is also bearish, so it gives us that computation. But most of the time, it has been bearish, and it hasn't really changed much. 1%, 2%, 0.3. And when it's bullish, it's really aggressive. Like you see 7% change, 6% change, like 2023 as well. So you look at last year, most of the months of last year have been very bullish. And actually, all of them have been bullish, have closed bullish. Then they've had positive changes. 2024, we've had January, we had June, and we had November and December closing bearish only, which gave us an overall bullish movement of 27%. Last year was, I think, one of the highest recorded changes in price of 64.37% from the previous year, which is a very aggressive move higher, leaving a lot of inefficiencies down. But the beauty of this, it gives us seasonality outlook, and we also have news that we can use to give us some fundamentals, where we see gold set for US data signals, Monduro fallout keeps investors on the edge. So this on the 4-hour chart gives us 4 hours ago they released this. So this information would likely cause gold to shoot higher aggressively. Something happened like this, I think 2-3 months ago. Black man, I can't. That Monday was just one of the most interesting Mondays. All we did was buy. You just entered buy position anywhere when there was some sort of escalation between US and Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Then the Ukraine-Russia war. Yes, that is what caused that. So technicals also will give us the gauges. Will gauge for us what we should be expecting. The internet is a little bit slow. Let's see why this. So let's go back to the chart and then back again. So here we are on technicals. So technicals daily summary, we are neutral on the daily. On the 4-hour, the 4-hour chart, it's not giving us anything yet. We just the network is disturbing a little bit. So yeah, otherwise we get back to the chart, and that's what we have for this coming week. Those are my projections.